Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to work out the gradient of a line when you're given 2 points. So let's give this question a go. So it says determine the gradient of the line joined in the pair of points -3, 8 and 5, -2. So this type of question I absolutely love just because there's a formula and you just substitute the values in the formula. So remember, the gradient measures the steepness of a line, how steep a line is. And gradient, given the symbol m, is rise over run. But if you're given 2 points, you could use this formula. So write this formula down. It will be y2 take y1 on x2 take x1. Okay, so yeah, memorize that formula. So let's write out my 2 points. So I've got -3, 8. And remember, coordinates are always in the form of x, y. And if I call this first point x1, then its corresponding point will be y1. Okay, so that's really important. If I called it x2, then the corresponding point would be y2. Okay, so just be careful of that. And then the second point was 5, -2. So let's label that. So the first point is x, second point is y. I'll call this x2, so the next point would be y2. Beautiful. Okay, then we read out our formula. So it is just y2 take y1 on x2 take x1. And then we just sub in our values. Just be very careful. People often get these values confused. So y2 is that value and y1 is that value. So let's sub it in. So it says y2. So be careful, we've got lots of negatives here. So it's -2. Take y1, which is 8. And that's going to be on x2. So remember x2, which is that, our 5, minus x1. Yeah, let's just use a different highlighter color. So x1, which is -3. So yeah, just be careful of those double negatives. Okay, let's do this. -2 take 8 is -10. 5 take away -3 becomes 5 plus 3, right? Because two negatives, when they're next to each other, becomes positive. And 5 plus 3 is 8. So we've got -10 on 8, which is both even numbers. So you can simplify them by halving them. So my gradient is -5 on 4. So you get a negative gradient. It's gone down by 5 units, across by 4 units. Nice. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's do one more just so we could definitely hone this in and make sure you're confident. You might want to try this one and then unpause the video and check your answers. So let's say the first point is -6 and the second point is 3, -1. Okay, so let's work out the gradient of this. So remember, that's x1, therefore that would be y1, and this is x2, that would be y2. So to work out the gradient, y2 take y1 on x2 take x1. So y2 is -1 minus y1, which is 6, divided by x2 minus, and be careful of the double negative, x1, which is -2. Okay, -1 take 6 is -7. 3 take -2 becomes 3 plus 2, which is 5. So my gradient is just -7 on 5 in this case. Beautiful. And that's all we're covering today, just working out gradients. In the next lesson, we'll go one step further and we'll work out how to work out the equation of a line given 2 points. But hopefully this makes sense for now. Thank you for watching and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.